launch has been. Let's get right into the news of EverGrow Coin and some stuff to just keep in mind going into this launch. EverGrow Coin released a tweet 19 hours ago before recording this. Please do not attempt to trade Lucro token while it starts. We are working on PancakeSwap. PancakeSwap is a third party. We have no controls over their bugs. Disappointing this is even possible, but we'll find a solution ASAP and keep you all updated. Just to update, there is a fundamental issue in PancakeSwap which allows malicious parties to create a bug in the liquidity pool prior to launch for any token. This then prevents a team from adding BNB liquidity. Our LP is safe. We are working on a solution. And there's some. We're gonna continue looking at these tweets, but there are people that are sharing their agreements with EverGrow Coin with this tweet right here by Louis G. Does happen all the time. Will happen again. Keep calm. All will be well. And someone said previously that it's already this has happened before with other launches, so don't worry, guys. Just hold strong, basically. And EverGrow Coin said, we want to emphasize that this was not related to the Lucro token launch contract or the Lucro main contract. This was done to a vulnerability in PancakeSwap. Please do not attempt to trade Lucro token as without liquidity, the tokens are worthless. So, and also then, or Lucro then said, it's important to be safe and be aware of safe Twitter accounts. We have found many accounts pretending to be us. Always double check the ad name because they can copy the profile picture, description, and banner, but not our name, Lucro token. And Sam said, BNB has fallen short. This is just like recently. This is 30 minutes before recording. Sam stated, BNB has fallen sharply since our planned launch time for Lucro. We had already converted $500,000 BUSD or BNB, so will it top up from the marketing side and when we seed liquidity. Ironically, this is good for Lucro as BNB drop would have affected the price and we'll take the small wins here and there. And they also made a statement that all Lucro tokens are safe and the LP is safe. Someone targeted a PancakeSwap vulnerability deliberately at our launch with the intention to drain our pool. Thankfully, we identified it and did not send liquidity. To ensure 100% security, we will delay launch by approximately 48 hours. Now, if you go to the EverGrow Coin launch page, now I won't say it unless you actually got in. So thankfully, I want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you to everybody who was trying to like help me verify if I actually got in or not. I did get in. Um, and because of that, I can give you this update. So it won't say it on the on this launch at all unless you connect your wallet, and they'll see if you contributed or whatever. And it says we have received your contribution of BUSD or dollars. Thank you. You can now disconnect your wallet. Please come back to this web page. Now, yesterday it said Tuesday at 12:07 12:07 and 6 seconds p.m. and to claim your tokens. Now it's saying please come back to this web page on Thursday, September 15th, 2022 at 12:17 and then 42nd p.m. to claim your tokens. For further information on how to claim, please visit our help section. I would say that's the time we can expect to launch, or for Lucro token to launch its fair launch on Thursday. For security purposes, of course, for the liquidity pool. That's what they're stating. That's what they're stating. There's a lot of people thinking that there's some shady stuff going on, especially with SatoshiStreetBets. So Sam released a tweet saying more detail, a malicious third party added a tiny amount of WBNB directly to the LP via the blockchain without adding Lucro on the other side of the pool, as they didn't have any. This created an infinite market cap and stopped us then pairing our own BNB. This was a pancake swap exploit. And then just to finish this thread out, Sam stated in the later part, thankfully we held back, did not send the entire LP token supply, which we could have done in BUSD, but then they malicious party could have skimmed Lucro tokens. 1,000 Lucro tokens got out into the wild during testing, and people started trading via BUSD pair despite telling them not to. So that is what happened, right? This is what Sam said. So this is what happened, all right? At least from Sam's um from what Sam has said. Satoshi Street Bets, their Twitter page with over 80K Twitter's followers, and they follow all the cryptocurrencies, said respectfully, your dev created the liquidity pair and seeded it with Lucro and BNB. Someone then bought Lucro token from it. That person then seeded the liquidity pair using that Lucro and a very small amount of BNB. It's all on the blockchain. This is unfortunate, but 100% preventable. Now, you guys know Sam. He ain't gonna just sit there and let someone else talk about EverGrow Coin or Lucro token at all. And he did it. He said respectfully also, this is the Pancake Swap BNB LP, zero transactions, zero seeded LP. Your statement is false and misleading. SatoshiStreetBets responded, I meant BUSD, not BNB. So to be clear, I was looking at the Lucro token, Lucro BUSD pool, as that's where the trading is happening right now. Now looking at Lucro WBNB, or wrapped BNB, my point still stands. This is 100% preventable simply by having the token paused until trading starts. That's what we did. Sam replied, we didn't seed Lucro wrapped BNB either. That was done by a malicious third party. Anyone can seed a pair on Pancake Swap. That's a serious flaw. We don't have a trading halt function because it create a major red flag in terms of centralization. Who's we? And he's saying we did that, speaking about Satoshi Street Bets. And that's, if you guys are confused, people have been talking about you could have implemented a pause function and then cease the trading. So that's what Sam is referring to as far as we don't have a trading halt function because it creates a major red flag in terms of centralization. Satoshi Street Bets responded, I'm not saying you seeded Lucro wrapped BNB or did a Lucro wrap BNB pair. Your smart contract created the pair though. PancakeSwap is permissionless by design, and what happened here isn't new. If you're worried about centralization, you could have a pause function that's coded as one-time use only. And then he also said, by the way, what happened with your launch is unfortunate. It's just a tiny bit disingenuous to make out this is all Pancake Swap's fault. That's all. People messing around with liquidity before launch is a pretty well known problem, and there are some standard ways to defend against it. And then someone said, agree 100%. I'm thinking he's agreeing with Satoshi Street Bets. Now, if you're wondering about the pause function, correct. This is Danny. He's saying correct to Satoshi Street Bets post. He said correct. The contract was created when they created the contract. Um, a pause function could have prevented some things. We didn't create that pair. Sam said we didn't create that pair. It was created direct on the blockchain by a third party. Anyone can create an LP on PancakeSwap. Wrong again. Our LP was going to be BNB Lucro token, not wrapped BNB. That exploit prevented us from created our own LP. It's hard. No offense, Sam. No offense. It's hard to read broken English. Anyways, because my English is broken too. You should see my text messages. DGB said third party in question, maybe you needed an audit first. Does it make sense what I'm saying? I've read a lot of tweets and feel like I know, but I don't really. Sam said our contract was audited by Certic and has operated perfectly for a year as EverGrow. This was nothing to do with our contract. We were targeted via a Pancake Swap vulnerability. Pancake Swap is a third party we don't control. Satoshi responded, personally, I wouldn't describe this as a pancake swap vulnerability. The standard approach these days is to have the token paused and restricted until trading begins to prevent people messing around with the LP like this or liquidity like this. Sam stated or responded, the fact that PancakeSwap allows third parties to create initial LPs is a major flaw. Beyond that, they can create one-sided LP and therefore an infinite market cap. I agree a pause function would have prevented trades, but also gives team controls that they should not have. The more control a team has, the more ammunition the SEC will ultimately have against them. If a team can play with LP after it's live, turn trading on and off, etc., then they can directly manipulate price action beyond anything the SEC would find acceptable. Is a dilemma. Satoshi responded, you can make all those actions one-time use or have the access control for those features assigned to contracts which are later renounced or have it determined by a time locked governance contract controlled by DAO, votes, and so on. Lots of options to make it acceptable. Sam said true, but a time locked DAO wouldn't have helped today. I do appreciate the feedback and agree that function would have been worth the risk today, but coming from a compliance background, I'm super cautious about potential SEC issues. And then someone said, this isn't responding to anything else. Sam just responded, this is 100% wrong. There is no Lucro BNB pair. There is still Lucro BNB. There is still no Lucro BNB pair. It's not been created yet. And then how come exploit? And then the reply to that is a malicious third party created one-sided wrap BNB liquidity pool direct on the blockchain moments before uh, we were due to send LP. This created infinite market cap. Okay, is it fixable and is people money safe? Yes, we've already said the fair launch funds are 100% in our possession and will go live within 48 hours. So that person was just someone that wasn't really informed and was just piggybacking off of Satoshi Street Bets. No offense to Horla, Horla. Now, as far as how I feel, I don't want to say how I feel. I want to know how you guys feel. This video has gone on long enough. I want you guys to share how you feel about everything that's transpired. How do you feel about what EverGrow Coin said? How do you feel about what Sam said? And how do you feel about what Satoshi Streetbet said? And how do you feel about the fair launch or the public launch for Lucro being pushed back to now seemingly Thursday at 12 o'clock p.m.? Let me know in the comment section down below. You know how it is. God loves you. I love you. Scripted Legend signing out. Peace.